Texas League Baseball is next. And a happy Wednesday, everybody. We'd like to welcome you into the live broadcast of Texas League Baseball. And now, here is the star, the one, the only, Johnny Baker. Well, thank you, Bob, and I like that little nickname, thank you. And a good evening, everybody, as we welcome you into the live broadcast of Texas League Baseball. It is the second game of our six-game set between the visiting San Antonio Missions and your Arkansas Travelers. We've got to say tonight's Military Appreciation Night here at the ballpark, and so far hope everybody knows that military personnel could come into the game for free tonight. Just show your proof of military ID at the front gate. Series continues tomorrow evening as we'll have $2 Thursday, $2 tacos, $2 soft drinks, $2 corn dogs, $2 everything here at the ballpark, courtesy of the Travelers Baseball. Well, Friday evening we'll continue the series against San Antonio, and we'll have a pretty good fireworks show, courtesy of the Arkansas Travelers. Saturday as well, as we'll have another fireworks show, and don't forget Sunday we'll wrap up the series against San Antonio. And so far a pretty good one as we'll have this six-game set. Missions return home. They take on the visiting Amarillo Sod Poodles there at Nelson Wolff. And so far, that will be the last six-game homestand for the Missions before their road travel to Midland for the first half wrap-up. So far, pretty good on that. Well, I'm joined in the booth by my partner and longtime friend, Bob. How you doing there, Bob?
Doing good. How are you there, John?
Doing good. Well, last night, San Antonio took the W for the series opener here in Arkansas. A final score 6-3, which that was a pretty good ball.
Yeah, and I got to say, John, it was one heck of a series opener for San Antonio, and now they're in a one-game winning streak. And so far tonight, it could be anybody's ball game coming forward in this one.
Yes, right so on there, Bob. Well, anyway, Corpus Christi and Tulsa, boy, I tell you, they get pretty good, and we'll see if we could get some final scores as we get going. And so far, Bally Live sure is taking a long while to load up, but most evidently we'll go on the phone and we'll get the final scores that way from MILB TV First Pitch, which that used to be where you can watch the baseball streams. Now they don't do that anymore, and so far pretty good. Well, San Antonio take the first of the six-game series. It was a 6-3 win for the Missions, and we go ahead and head off to Tulsa, where Corpus Christi won by the final score of 10-1. And talking about Corpus Christi, their hook center fielder was called up to AAA Sugar Land, and that was center fielder Lucas Spence. And so far, we just congratulate him on the hard work that he's done for the Corpus Christi Hooks, and so far for Texas League Baseball. We congratulate him on many levels of his hard work, his dedication, and so far his many home runs and RBIs that he has done. But we want to wish him the best of luck in the AAA Pacific Coast League as he starts his debut of AAA ball tonight in Sugar Land, which that will be pretty good. Well, as we look at AAA baseball, we look at AAA baseball, and we'll see where Sugar Land. Oh yeah, okay. So they played today. So the final score of that one was Sugar Land 7, El Paso 1. So That was a pretty good start to the day. So I guess he started today in Sugarland for the Sugarland Space Cowboys, which that is kind of a weird little name, but most evidently we congratulate this prospect as the center fielder, a former Corpus Christi Hooks center fielder, Lucas Spence. And yes, getting that call up to AAA is very important to a lot of prospects these days. You know, it's the hard work and determination of getting up into a AAA level. But anyway, yes, we have had many of our prospects, you know, especially in 2022, getting called up, and especially from a San Antonio organization where the Miami Marlins called up two of our prospects in the past, and they said, "Hey, look, we want you to come play, and we'll get you advanced forward to a free agency, and so far anybody could come and get you if they draft you." And so far, well, from San Antonio to the Miami Marlins was two of the best prospects we've had in 2022. And we'll go ahead and jump back to that year and tell you who they were. And so far, we'll go ahead and get you that as well. So basically, we look at the 20, I bet it was the show 23, and they were in here. We'll go ahead and find out who they were, and when we go back and look in that one. So far, we look at, oh, nope, that was not it for 2023. That, of course, is a big no-no, so we need to go back at least 2022. So there it is. Go back in here, and we'll take a look at this one. I want to tell you, you go back and you see how long it has been. It has been quite a big adventure. I mean, we've done this for 6 years, I tell you. But anyway, continuing onward, we just congratulate this prospect from Corpus Christi. Oh, there's that starting lineups right there. And so far, I don't think they were in. Never mind. Okay, so that we're trying to look for these two prospects that went into the Miami Marlins, but most likely they'll come back, and we'll find them either way. But anyway, those two names lock combined will come in, and we'll see what happens there on that cheery note. Yeah. So anyway, we'll go ahead and. Oh, excuse me. Feel like there's a sneeze coming on. Ooh. I kind of felt one coming on, but I guess I lost it. But anyway, as we get going here tonight, we are going to get the final scores. The continuously Corpus Christi 10-1 against Tulsa, and so far we'll give you other final scores as well. Frisco took the 40th last night, 7-3 against Amarillo, which that right there was pretty good against the Amarillo Sod Poodles. And Northwest Arkansas took the W. The final score 6-3 as San Antonio and Arkansas was the same score, taking the W here in North Little Rock. And that was pretty good. Well, the wind surge in Midland, boy, Wichita sure did pretty good. Final score 6-4 against the Rockhounds. And I got to say, that was a pretty good ball game. But anyway, as we get going here tonight, well, that's pretty much all the scores for right now. But if I did miss any, that is okay. But we'll get back to those at a later time as we get ready to get this one underway here in Arkansas. Well, we take it downstairs now as we present this game to you, and so far hope that y'all are going to love the action here tonight as we get you going here for the second of the 6-game set, and also Military Appreciation Night Wednesday. It's all about our service men and women that come in, and so far if you are military and you could come in and have a good time, the ball game free on us to show your ID as you get into the gate. Michael Morales, a right-hander, is coming in tonight for Arkansas.
The leadoff hitter tonight.
And we're just about set to go here for the top of the first inning for San Antonio. Shortstop Clay Dungan coming in. And away we go. The first pitch in for the cold strike, and we are underway. And yes, we are 6:50 here tonight. First pitch was scheduled 6:35, but our pregame show just got in a little bit long. So that's okay if we did that. No balls and 2 strikes to count now to Clay Dungan. And that one is going to drift out of play foul, and the count now 0-2. Partly cloudy skies with temperature up to 90 degrees today, which it got pretty warm, and so far we could have a slight chance of a rain shower this evening. Maybe a rumble, a thunder or two, but most evidently good evening for baseball. San Antonio Mission's starting lineups look like this here tonight. Boy, they were sure happy that they won last night getting into the ball game. Here's center fielder Kai Roberts as he comes in. We'll take that one in for a strike. The count now 0-1. I sure got to say to Lucas Benson, for his last time being in the Hooks uniform, that was a pretty good thing, because evidently getting promoted last night there in Tulsa, which that was a pretty good feeling for him. I think it was. All right, they're up to the first base area, and that is 2 quick outs here to lead off this top half of the frame. Boy, Midland leading Wichita now 1-0 against the wind surge in the top half of the second inning. Beautiful Franco Park. We'll be back there soon as we get ready to wrap up this first half of the regular season. No balls, 1 strike. Here is the pitch, and that one's going to be right there. Glove to the first baseman, and that is a 1-2-3 half inning for San Antonio. No runs hit to Rivers, and nobody left on as we head now to the bottom of the first. No score through half an inning. So we'll be right back here as we get things going. A left-hander starter for San Antonio will get the starting assignment when we come back.
Well, just about set to go to the bottom half of the first inning for Arkansas. And it's time for that. Let's get back to the ballpark. Here's Johnny Baker. Thank you, Bob. The left-hander Jagger Haynes getting set to go. The four-seam slider and the changeup. We'll get on the mound now for San Antonio as we'll be ready to go here in game 2 as he gets the start.
Leading off here tonight.
JT Aruda getting ready to go for the Travelers.
Aruda.
And here is the pitch. And that one is outside. The count now 1-0 as we get underway here of the half inning. 1 ball and no strikes, and the windup. And that one is in for the strike. The count now 1-1. Northwest Arkansas, Springfield, Frisco, and Amarillo fixing to get ready to go in their ball games. Corpus Christi and Arkansas as well. That one has got high in the air, straightaway left field. And Kai Murphy gets near the warning track, makes the play, and that is the first out of the half inning.
Center fielder.
Here's the Arkansas Travelers starting lineups to this side of your screen. So far, got to say, a pretty good one for these prospects in the Seattle Mariners organization. Center fielder Bill Knight getting ready to go. To the windup and the pitch. And that is in for a strike. It's 0-1. No balls and 1 strike, nobody on, 1 away here in the bottom of the first, and that's going to be a high fly in the air, straight away up to the center fielder, Kai Roberts, as he'll make the play, and that is out number 2.
23.
First baseman is Hunter Fitzgerald as he comes in here tonight. Boy, got a great crowd here in Arkansas, right, Bob? Yeah, John, we do. Here's the pitch. And that is inside for a count now, 0-1. No balls and 1 strike. And here is the pitch. And that one is drilled high in the air and out of play. The count now, 0-2. No balls and 2 strikes. The pitch. And that one is outside. The count now, 1-2. Starting to see a little bit of rain around the area. It could come down into a sprinkle, but that's okay. And right there, a called third strike, and that will do for the half inning. No runs hit to Rivers and nobody left on here in the half inning. So it's on now to the second. It's no score through 1. So we're about set to go as first baseman Romeo Sanabria gets in, and we'll be right back here in the Arkansas Travelers Baseball Network. About set to go here in the top half of the second inning for San Antonio right now in the Arkansas Travelers Baseball Network. Romeo Sanabria getting set to go, and yes, Bob, you were fixing to say the Missions Baseball Network. Now, we only say that if we're back in San Antonio, but I'll tell you one thing, we're just a week away from getting back home and taking on the Amarillo Sod Poodles for the final 3 teams. The 3 weeks left of this first half is Arkansas Midland. Right there for the strikeout is out number 1. Romeo Sanabria being the first out of the frame. Here is Braden Carpathios as he comes in, takes a strike inside as the count now 0-1. But anyway, we do see that in 2024, there was a guy by the name of Jacob Marcy and Robbie Snelling. They were traded off to the Miami Marlins in a mid-game, and especially with the Tulsa Drillers during that night. San Antonio was in Tulsa during that time, and so far pretty good. 2 down, here is the designated hitter, Albert Fabian. That one is high fly in the air straight away, and that will get down through for the first San Antonio hit of the night. Wow, right to straightaway center there, Johnny. Yep, that is for sure. You know, Bob, you call me John and Johnny tonight. Just choose one name and stick with it. Okay, Johnny. Here's Rosemond Verdugo as he comes in and takes in a strike as the count now 0-1. Dugo, a lot of players here in the minor leagues looking for that call up, just like that center fielder from Corpus Christi. That one is in for a strike. The count now 0-2. Lucas Spence was a pretty good prospect in the Hooks organization, getting that call up to AAA Sugarland. That's going to get down right there to left field, through for a base hit, and they continue the half inning. Boy, I'll tell you one thing there, John, that's like 2 back-to-back base hits, just continuing onward, and so far, they're getting pretty good. Yeah, that is for sure. Well, San Antonio has the last 3 games at Corpus Christi, and that starts off the second half there in San Antonio, and then 6 against the Frisco Rough Riders. That's a 9-game homestand for San Antonio fans. And that's going to be right there up to the center field area. And that's going to load the bases here in this half inning. Boy, and they didn't even go around the score, but it kind of looked like they should have. But should have, could have, would have if you wanted to. But most evidently, they played it safe right there. Marcos Castellon, a golden opportunity. And here's the pitch, and that is going to be in for the strike. The count now 0-1 to him. Can he knock him in and so far get a 4-0 lead against Arkansas? I think that would be a pretty good lead right there. And that's going to be outside. The count now 1-1. Michael Morales having a quick chat with the home plate umpire, and I'll say a pretty good one right there. 1 ball and 1 strike. Here's the pitch, and that is in for the strike. The count now at 1-2. 3 hits in this half inning. The bases are loaded up for San Antonio. And here is the pitch. That is right there. Ground ball straight away. Slow roller. In time, they get him, and that is the out. So they will escape danger here in the top of the second inning. No runs, 3 hits, no errors, 3 left on, as they loaded them up but can't come around to quite score. And that will do. In the bottom half of the second we go. It's no score through 2.5. About set to go for the bottom half of the second inning right now on the Arkansas Travelers Baseball Network. Well, thank you, Bob, and gotta say, yep, we did find our third right there. Got called up from San Antonio to Miami. So 3 names, we will go ahead and give them to you. Jacob Marcy, the outfielder, traded mid-game while playing for San Antonio on May 4th. Nathan Mortarella, the first baseman, traded alongside Marcy in the blockbuster deal for Luis Arias. Robbie Snelling, a pitcher, traded to Miami in August of 2024 in exchange for reliever Tanner Scott. And that's going to get down right there, up to right field, through for the base hit. And the runner going to third, and he's going to make it safely on the no-out triple. And boy, I tell you what, the first run of the ball game just 90 feet away for Arkansas. Sun and clouds mixed here tonight. Got a great fan presence here as well. Boy, a lot of fans coming to All-American Ballpark to catch these home games here in Arkansas. A lot of Texas League organizations, especially all the way in San Antonio, they have a pretty good presence on that. And that's going to be right there. A 1 out will be traded for a run, and so far now Arkansas will score in that runner just 90 feet in. Designated hitter is Jared Sundstrom as he comes in. Jacob Marcy, Nathan Mortarella, and Robbie Snelling, the 3 prospects getting traded from San Antonio to the Miami Marlins Major League Farm Club. That was back in 2024. And that's going to be right there. Liner straight away to center field. And they'll land right in front of Kai Roberts. So a 1 out single continues the half inning. Here is Sammy Siani. As he getting ready to go. Here's the windup and the pitch to him. And that is in for the strike. And the count now 0-1. Top of the third there in Midland with the Rockhounds leading 1-0 against Wichita. That's a pretty good thing right there. Here's the pitch, and that's a swing and a miss, and the count now 0-2. I'll tell you one thing. Now everybody going here tonight. There's no rain in the forecast. Could be thunderstorms later on for Arkansas, but that will be into the overnight hours going into early Thursday morning. There was rain around the area today, but we got a few light showers going through, but nothing to cancel this game against San Antonio here. Jackson Reed's coming in, the catcher, batting a .143. As he comes in and hits that one out of play, foul, and the count now at 0-1. The 3 prospects to always remember back in 2024 in the regular season. 3 prospects getting traded to Miami. That was something I do remember, but unknowingly we knew that we were missing one more person, and that was Nathan Mortarella. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Swing and a miss. Got him. And that ends 2 innings here tonight in Arkansas. Well, the Travelers continue this 1 run, and so far that's 1 run, 2 hits, no errors, and they leave nobody on base. We head for the third, and the shortstop Clay Dungan will lead it off for San Antonio when we come back. Third inning about ready to go for San Antonio right now on the Arkansas Travelers Baseball Network. Well, the shortstop Clay Dungan coming in as we lead off the top of the batting order. Boy, and getting that beautiful hue with the clouds and the sun combined. Just absolutely love how the clouds get that beautiful orange color. Now we haven't had that last night because of the gray skies, and yes, the rain was around the area at the time. Here's the 0-2 delivery, and that one's going to be pelted high in the air, and that's going to get through for the base hit. And San Antonio going all the way, and he's going to go to third. Can he make it? Yes, he did. A no-out triple by Clay Dungan.
Number 2.
Man, that guy beats the throw to third. And we got to look at this instant replay. Boy, remarkable for that guy. That shortstop Clay Dungan had a magic trick up his sleeve. Probably pulled the rabbit out of the hat as he went there to third and got there safely. Now 90 feet away from scoring in is the shortstop Clay Dungan. And that one's going to be lined right there. That is through for a hit. And the run is in across the score. And the baseball is getting away from him. And he's going to go for it. And they picked him off trying to make a inside the park home run. Man, I'll tell you, that boy was running. He was running like he saw ghosts. Yeah, he sure did there, Bob. Yeah, Northwest Arkansas leading Springfield 1-0, top of the first inning. Corpus Christi, boy, they struck 3 in the inning, and now they lead the Tulsa Drillers 3-0. Boy, beautiful pickoff play right there by the catcher. Well, San Antonio and Arkansas tied 1-1 here in this ball game. And boy, we're starting to see some pretty good hits from both sides here tonight between the San Antonio Missions and the Arkansas Travelers. And that one is lined straight away to center, and that's through for a hit. Well, I'll tell you one thing, John. Now the tie-breaking run for San Antonio is just now getting on. And so far, if you guys wanted to see what was going to happen in this one, well, you chose a good night for it. That is for sure there, Bobby. You could call me Bobby. I could call you Johnny. I would love that. So let's stick with those two nicknames that we give ourselves. I'll tell you what. Oh, man. Well, in now it's Romeo Sanabria as he comes in. No balls and 2 strikes. A pitch. That one has got high in the air, straight away up to left field, near the warning track, and that is out number 2. Boy, few more inches, and that would have been out of here. It would have been a 2-run shot for San Antonio. Yeah, I got to say, Johnny, you're absolutely right about that, because a few more inches, that would have been gone. Braden Carpathios coming in now as that's downstairs. The count now 0-1. Tie ball game here in the third. San Antonio gets a good run on a hit. Couple of hits, I should say. No balls and 2 strikes now. Wind up and the pitch, and here it is, 0-2. And right there, called third strike, and they got him. Well, San Antonio gets a run on 2 hits, no errors, and they leave 1. And we head now to the bottom of the third. It's our tie ball game at 1-1. About set to go as Axel Sanchez will be ready to go for Arkansas as we play the bottom of the third coming up. Bottom half of the third inning set to go for Arkansas right now on the Travelers Baseball Network. Tie ball game as we lead it off in the bottom of the third. Thank you there, Bobby. Axel Sanchez coming in as we get set to go. And that's going to be a bunt right there straight away. And he beats it out. Boy, what a fast prospect we have here for Axel Sanchez. Here's JT Arruda. Boy, the sun and clouds casting that orange hue, which that is very pretty. Don't you think there, Bob?
I gotta say, Johnny, it is good.
Yeah, I gotta say, Bobby, it really is. Aren't you just super happy that we came up with these little nicknames that we called ourselves?
Uh-huh.
The 0-1. Right there, ground ball, straight away, second for one. They get them both. Taco Bell double play. 5-4-3.
Center fielder.
And fans there in San Antonio are going to be happy about that as Rosemont Verdugo to Castañon to Sanabria getting those two taco double plays courtesy of the Missions. Bill Knight coming in as he'll take a strike inside as the count now 0-1 here. 0-for-1 a line out last time around for Arkansas. Gotta say, just absolutely love that movie growing up with Short Circuit 1 and 2. That movie
was really good when I first watched it back in 1994. The pitch. Swing and a miss. They get him. Well, no runs, hits, or errors, and nobody left on for Arkansas. And to the fourth inning we go. We're tied 1-1. Back here for the fourth for San Antonio right after the break. Fourth inning set to go for San Antonio right now in the Arkansas Baseball Network. Albert Fabian about set to go. 6, 7, 8, top of the fourth. Thank you, Bobby. We get set to go, and that one is in for the strike. The count now 0-1. So we know that 1986 was when Short Circuit came out. 1988 is when Short Circuit 2 came out. And then your birth year was when Beethoven came out. I remember that. Boy, first time watching that family blockbuster, that was a pretty good thing. Way back then in the 1990s. We even had a Blockbuster. You know, Blockbuster DVD and video was around way back then. Sad that they closed their locations, but left so many memories stained on the hearts of so many. That's right there, up to right field, and that is through for a hit.
Now batting, left fielder.
Beethoven 1 came out in 1992. Then 1993, the second movie came out, Beethoven's Second.
Boy, those were the good years, weren't they?
Indeed it was there, Bobby. That was right there, the countdown, 0-1 to the left fielder, Kai Murphy. One man down, one on here in the fourth inning for San Antonio.
Boy, just a beautiful evening here in Arkansas. Here's the pitch, and that is in. The count now 0-2. Corpus Christi leading 4-0. Boy, Northwest Arkansas and Springfield tied 1-1. And that is right there for the called third strike, and they got him backwards K, and they're 2 down. Marcos Castañon getting set to go. 0 for 1 to ground out here for the San Antonio Missions. But the favorite film that I've really loved was Short Circuit. It was a good film. Classical jazz, when they play the music, I gotta say, man, jazz is just a real romantic thing when you look at it. Yeah, you could play it, and you could dance to it too. If you're a jazz lover. Well, 2 up and 2 down here, and we lead it off with Clay Duncan, the shortstop, 1 for 2. Well, do you think he could come in and take this ball game? Well, we'll see. 1 for 2, a triple, and a run came in across the score because of him. Here's the windup and the pitch, and that's going to be right there, high in the air, and that's going to get down for the base hit. 1 run scores, 2 runs are coming in. Here he comes, and that will do it. So San Antonio will score in a run on a couple of hits, no errors, and 1 left. Well, we head now to 4.5. The Missions lead it 2-1. Well, we'll be right back as Hunter Fitzgerald will lead it off for Arkansas, and we'll be right back here in this one. Now set to go for the bottom of the fourth right now, the Arkansas Travelers Baseball Network. Hunter Fitzgerald coming in 3-4-5. Due up for the Arkansas Travelers. San Antonio in front of this lead by 2-1. And the pitch is welling inside for a strike. The count now 0-1. Jagger Haynes doing pretty good. 28 pitches at his time on the mound for San Antonio. And that is in for a strike. And the count now 0-2. Frisco up a 1-0 lead against the Amarillo Sod Poodles there at Water Ridge Field in downtown Amarillo. 0-2. Swing and a miss. They got him. So that is a strikeout to Hunter Fitzgerald, as that's the fourth for Jagger Haynes.
Now batting.
And now here is Lazaro Montes. 1-for-1 triple last go round. Boy, batting a .322 average. Here's the pitch to him, and that is in for a strike. The count now 0-1. No balls and one strike the count. That one is yanked foul, and the count now 0-2. So far, Wichita leading Midland 3-1. San Antonio leading Arkansas 2-1, bottom of 4. That one high in the air, straight away to center field, up to Kai Roberts, as he'll make the play for out number 2.
Now
Corpus Christi
batting.
leading 4-0 against Tulsa. Northwest Arkansas and Springfield tied at 1-1. Frisco 1-0 against the Sod Poodles, as we mentioned earlier. Here is Luis Susabel as he comes in, as that takes in a strike, and they're going to contest that right there. And so far the call gets overturned, so now it's a 1-ball, no-strike ordeal. Here is the 1-0 delivery, and that one is popped foul. The count now 1-1. 1-1, here's the delivery. That one ground ball, slow roller to the shortstop, Haynes. And that will be out number 3. Or the shortstop covering out there. And that will be a 3-up, 3-down half inning, but that will do. No runs on a hit and no errors. 1 left for Arkansas. We head to the 5th. San Antonio in the lead 2-1. Bounce at the goal for the fifth inning for San Antonio right now, the Arkansas Baseball Network. Thank you, Bobby, and we welcome you back here. Yep, there you go there, Johnny. As we welcome you back to Arkansas Travelers Baseball, top of the fifth for San Antonio, leading a 2-1 ball game here in this one. Boy, beautiful shot at the Arkansas Mountains as the sunset begins to take form. And that is right there for the out number 1, as that's the 7th strikeout for number 94. Well, the Arkansas Travelers manager coming out of the dugout, and so far that will do for the starter. And so far that will be enough for him here tonight, as they'll retire him to the bullpen. And so far, pretty good. Right-hander Nick Garcia coming in. It's a four-seam slider and a cutter. 3 choices to choose from. And gotta say, it's gonna be a pretty good one as we get ready to go. Here's the windup and the pitch, and that's gonna be right there. Line drive up to right field, through for the base hit. Boy, a 1-out single continues a half inning as Ethan Salas knocks in a run. A runner there on first. No run, just major look. Just making sure that you guys are awake on the live stream. Yes. Romeo Sanabria coming in as he'll take in a strike. Is the count now 0-1. 0 for 2, a strikeout and a flyout by this first baseman. That one is skied high in the air, straightaway left field. Under it is the left fielder, and that is out number 2.
Now batting, right fielder, number 22.
Well, that'll bring in right fielder Braden Carpathios as he comes in. 2 down, a runner at first, and that is outside. 1 ball and no strikes. Houston Roth and Alex Hoppe, 2 right-handers, starting to warm up in the Arkansas bullpen. Boy, just a orange and blue evening. This is a great color combination here in Arkansas. We would see this a lot in San Antonio during our evening ball games. Most of the evenings are going to be 7:05 starts when we take on Amarillo next week. Sod Poodles and Rockhounds will be the only 2 left of the first half meetups. And that's going to be right there, line drive, and that's a base hit. So 2 aboard now.
Now batting, the designated hitter, number 40.
That would be a pretty good one right there. Here's the 6-hole designated hitter, Albert Fabian. As he takes that one in for the strike. The count now at 1 ball, no strikes. 1 for 2 single by the DH here for San Antonio. Hopefully you guys are enjoying the matinee here tonight. We always love to entertain a lot with our baseball here. 125 years of baseball here in Arkansas at All-American Ballpark in North Little Rock, Arkansas, which it is a pretty good place. Sad to say that San Antonio greets these Travelers for 6 times on this road trip, and then before going home to take on Amarillo right after that. Well, no runs on 2 hits, no errors and 2 left on. We're 5.5 as we come back. San Antonio leads it 2-1. Well, just about set to go for the bottom of the fifth right now on the Arkansas Baseball Network. Jared Sundstrom, thank you, Bobby. We welcome you back to the ball game here tonight, as that one is a swing and a miss. The count now 0-1. Here from North Little Rock, Arkansas. Here in game 2 of the 6 games. Here's the 0-1. And that's going to be right there. Castagnon intercepts, throws down to Sanabria. And in time, that is out number 1. Quick out right there. And here is Sammy Siani. San Antonio continuing this lead 2-1 here in the bottom of the 5th inning here tonight. And that is in for a strike. The count now 0-1. Well, still no change on the Texas League scoreboards, but Wichita leading Midland 3-1. San Antonio leading Arkansas 2-1. Corpus Christi leading Tulsa 4-0. Northwest Arkansas and Springfield in a tie-up at 1-1. Frisco and Amarillo. The Rough Riders lead the Sod Poodles 1-0. And that will be the count now 0-2 after the foul-off. No balls and 2 strikes. The pitch, and that one is crushed deep, high in the air, straight away, and that one is gone. And we are tied again. Sammy Siani coming in now, as he takes that one and puts it out of the yard. And boy, that will get the house shaking as the fans roar to the applause. Man, I tell you one thing there, John, it is great to see something like that happen. And boy, that was right inside. Oh, over there. Jackson Reitz coming in, as that's taken in a strike. And the count now 0-1. So far, a great crowd here today. And tonight's attendance here. And the pitch. That one is a high fly in the air and out of play. And the count now 0-2. No balls and 2 strikes to count. Boy, just look at the fans right there. Ain't that neat? Now you see all them fans behind the dish and stuff. That one's right there, and that's down for the base hit. Carpathios comes in and intercepts. 2-2 tie here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Arkansas gets a run on 2 hits. And here's the pitch, and that's going to be right back up the middle through for the base hit. And that's going to put runners at second and first now. Still 1 man down here in this half inning. Well, we go back to the top of the Arkansas batting order. Here is JT Arruda. Arruda coming in. He's set to go. The windup and the pitch, and that is in for the strike, and the count now 0-1. 0 for 2, a fly out and a ground out here tonight for Arkansas. Live here from Arkansas. The 0-1. High in the air, straight away, and that is going up as the right fielder Carpathios intercepts it, and he gives it straight to the third baseman Rosman Verdugo. Here's center fielder Bill Knight. He's the knight in shining armor. You're funny. Well, if his last name is Knight, then he would be called that. Well, where's his shiny armor? Probably in the club room. Here's the 0-1. That one is right there. Pop foul. The count now 0-2. No balls and 2 strikes to count. And here is the pitch. And that one fouled in a way. The count now 0-2. Looking at Ethan Salas right there as the camera gets in on him a little bit. And the pitch. Right there and out of play, and that will go out of foul. No balls and 2 strikes. The windup. Here's the payoff right there. Swing and a miss. They got him. And blew it right by him for the out, and that is how the inning comes to a close. Sammy Siani coming in now on a run on 2 hits, no errors, and nobody left. 6th inning coming up. We are tied 2-2 as we go to the 6th. Back here at the ballpark, and got to say the first half of this ball game at a close. Second half just moments away from starting up here as we get ready to go. And so far, a productive evening between San Antonio and Arkansas. And got to say, it's just been one heck of a evening to get things going. As we look, give you your lineup scores, and so far here it is on the screen. Definitely love to see this every year in the Texas League here in this one. We're just about set to go in the top half of the 6th. Rosemond Verdugo. And we'll have a commercial break or two, and we'll be right back to lead it off in the 6th when we come back. Top half of the sixth inning set to go for San Antonio right now on the Arkansas Travelers Baseball Network. Thank you, Bobby, and just about set to go as Rosamond Verdugo gets ready. 7, 8, 9, bottom half of the order getting going. Right there hits the third. Throws down and in time, and that is out number 1.
Now batting, left fielder, Kai Murphy.
Little left fielder Kai Murphy coming in, 1 for 2 single. Man, I tell you one thing, Bob, it's just a beautiful evening here in Arkansas. Yeah, I gotta say there, Johnny, it is a good one. Sun going down, fans coming out to the ballpark, chacos, corn dogs, all types of stuff. Boy, you can smell it. Especially those big foot-long corn dogs. Boy, you could put mustard on those and really enjoy them. They are, man, I tell you, those are the best things I've ever tasted. Going to a Missions game there in San Antonio. Yeah, Wolf Stadium. That one's the count now, 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes to Kai Murphy. And the pitch. And that one is out of play, and the count now still hanging on at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here's a 2-2 offering, and that's a swing and a miss, and they got him.
Now batting,
And that is out number 2. Marcos Castañon, the second baseman, 1 for 2, a single. Clouds starting to lose the hue as the sun goes down, and stadium lights coming to full effect here as the evening progresses onward here at the ballpark. Boy, Midland jumping out 7-3 against Wichita. I tell you, the Rockhounds losing last night to 6-4. Wichita beats the Rockhounds by that final score. There on Bronco Park. 1 ball, 2 strikes the count now to Marcos Castañon, and he swings and misses, and that is out number 3. Well, no runs, hits, or errors, and nobody left on for San Antonio. And we have the almost middle half of the order for Arkansas coming up. The bottom half of the 6th inning set to go. Hunter Fitzgerald will lead it off, 2-2 ball game as we lead it off to the bottom half of the 6th coming up. About set to go for the bottom of the sixth right now. The Arkansas Travelers Baseball Network. Thank you there, Bobby. Hunter Fitzgerald coming in as we get set to go here in the bottom of the sixth here on this Wednesday night. And that is in for a strike. The count now 0-1. Here's the 0-1 delivery, and that's a swing and a miss. The count now 0-2. Well, so far, the Rockhounds lead 7-3 against Wichita, top of the sixth. Tie ball game here at All-American against Arkansas. San Antonio as well. Corpus Christi leading a 4-0 there in Tulsa, bottom of four. Still a 1-1 ball game in Springfield between Northwest Arkansas and the Cardinals, tied at 1-1. And then top of the fourth inning, boy, Amarillo hits a 3-run shot, and they lead it now against the Frisco Rough Riders 3-1. Boy, that short lead that Frisco had evaporated. One away, and here is Lazaro Montes. Here's the pitch, and that's in for the strike. The count now 0-1. 1-for-2 triple to this right fielder here tonight for Arkansas. Wind up and the pitch. Swing and a miss right there in the count now 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes to count, and here's the windup. High in the air, straightaway center. Kai Roberts under it, makes the play, and that is out number 2. 2-2 ball game. Boy, I think if this continues onward, we'll see extra innings by the end of the day if nobody scores in some runs.
Yeah, that is for sure there, Johnny.
Here's the Luis Suzabel coming in now, as he takes in a strike. The count now 0-1. Pitch, swing, and the best boy threw it right by him, and that's strike 2. Jagger Haynes doing pretty good. Could be his last half inning on the mound for San Antonio. And that one is yanked foul. The count now still holding at 0-2. No balls and 2 strikes. The pitch. Called third strike, and they got him. So a 3-up, 3 down, but still tied in this ball game as we go to the 7th inning, and we're tied 2-2. It will be set to go as the leadoff man, Clay Duncan, leads it off for San Antonio when we come back. Top half of the seventh inning set to go for San Antonio right now on the Arkansas Baseball Network. Clay Dungan, the shortstop, coming in as we lead off the last few innings of tonight's ball game. And the pitch is inside for a cold strike as the count now 0-1. Well, tonight in the Texas League, if San Antonio wins this one, they'll clinch the second place position against Amarillo. Sod Poodles have to beat Frisco, so it would be a Sod Poodles win over the Rough Riders, and it would be an Arkansas win against San Antonio to keep them in third. A third place position. Boy, you look at the Tulsa Drillers, 45-24, and they are the first place half winners of 2026. Arkansas just 4.5 games back, trailing the Drillers. Frisco and Amarillo, they have both clinched a playoff spot. Count now 0-1. San Antonio trying to get back in it. Is getting in and getting stuff going. That one is high fly in the air, straight away. Out of play, found. The count now 0-2. Well, Frisco gets a run. Now they trail a 1-run against Amarillo. Now it's a Sod Poodles 3-2 lead in the top of the fourth. And that one is high and outside. The count now 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Kai Roberts. And that one is ricocheted right off and still hanging on. 2 balls and 2 strikes here. That one is yanked foul, and the count now holding at 2-2. Still hanging on. Just a nice evening here in Arkansas, right, Bobby? Yeah, I gotta say there, Johnny, it is. Right there, swinging and miss, throw down the first, and in time they get him out. And that is out number 2.
Now batting.
Ethan Salas, the catcher, is 2 for 3 and 2 singles. Boy, just a beautiful evening as we come in, and well, the stars starting to show up. A full moon tonight, which that's pretty nice. No balls and 1 strike. The count now to Ethan Salas as he comes in and hits that one high in the air, straight away up to left field. Boy, the left fielder give it a chase, and he's got it, and that will end the half inning. Well, a fan cam is, boy, that's the first time we see this in Arkansas, right behind the protective shield as we get ready for the bottom half of the 7th inning. But first, it's the 7th inning stretch here at the ballpark. Still a 2-2 ball game as we'll lead it off in the bottom of the Arkansas 7th coming up. Well, hope you've enjoyed the seventh inning stretch here at the ballpark. And so far, we now take it back to Johnny Baker as he brings us the rest of this broadcast. Well, thank you, Bob. Jared Sundstrom coming in, 6, 7, 8 due up in this half order. And so far, that's going to do for Jagger Haynes as he played only 6 innings on the mound for San Antonio. Now the first reliever is Dyson Acosta, a right-hander coming in relief on the mound now for San Antonio. Jared Sundstrom will greet the new arm. 6, 7, 8 due up here in the bottom of the seventh inning, and that's going to take in a strike inside. It's the count now, 0-1. Field engulfed in shadows with the stadium lights coming on to full effect here tonight. And the sinker is inside. The count now 1-1. Amazing fans here tonight in North Little Rock, Arkansas. And that one is out of play, and the count now 1-2. Don't forget, tomorrow is game 3 of the 6-game set. And after tomorrow's game, it will be a split half in the series. So what I mean by that is 3 more games to do in Arkansas. Then San Antonio will head home. Sammy Serrani coming in now as he'll take an inside strike as the count now 0-1. Well, Springfield leading 4-1 against Northwest Arkansas. Corpus Christi now leading 5-0. Top of the 5th inning again, Tulsa. Frisco and Amarillo tied at 3-3. Boy, that lead evaporated. And that's going to be right there. And out of play found. The count now 1-2. Don't forget, tomorrow is Thirsty Thursday here at the ballpark. $2 drinks, $2 food, and $2 everything all night long. What a great deal that is. Gotta say there, Johnny, that is a good way to start off a Thursday evening, is $2 and making it cheaper here at the ballpark in this one. We love everything cheap, not everything expensive and stuff, but that one's going to be out of play. The count now 1-2. Well, fans watching from San Antonio, and also a proud sponsor of ours, West Creek. They've been a proud sponsor since 2024. We're just happy to have them, and so far the San Antonio Stock Show Rodeo as well. There in San Antonio, Texas. Jackson Reitz coming in now. The catcher is 1 for 2 single. 2 outs and nobody on. 2-2 ball game until the 2 ball clubs, which is pretty good. No balls and 1 strike the count. And the windup. That one hit foul. Well, Corpus Christi getting another run in. 6-0 Corpus Christi. Amarillo coming back and getting a run, so now they lead it 4-3 as they end the tie.
That's off the corner.
And that is outside. The count now 1-2. 2-2 ball game here in North Little Rock, Arkansas. Still nothing's changed in this one, and that's going to be hit to Sanabria. He'll take it himself. No help needed, and that will end the half inning. Well, no runs hit to Rivers and nobody left on as we head to the 8th inning and tied at 2-2.
Now pitching.
Well, we'll have Robertson Ortiz, a left-hander, will get things going. Top half of the 8th inning for San Antonio coming up next.
Top half of the 8th inning for San Antonio right now, the Arkansas Travelers Baseball Network. Thank you, Bobby. Left-hander Robinson Ortiz getting on the mound now for Arkansas. A 4-seam changeup curveball and a 2-seam fastball getting ready to go for the Travelers here in this one. Romeo Sanabria, the first baseman, 0 for 3 coming in. Middle half of the order, 4, 5, and 6 due up against the new starting reliever. And the first pitch by Ortiz is outside for the ball. The count now 1-0. Guillermo Zuniga and Casey Lawrence, two right-handers warming up in the Arkansas bullpen. 1 ball and no strikes. And here is the pitch. And that's a swing and a miss. The count now at 1-1. Boy, Wichita starting to pull in some more runs against Midland. 7-4, Rockhounds. Top of the 7th inning there in Franco Park in Midland, Texas. That one is high and outside. The count now 2-2. Nighttime starting to creep in, and got to say that left area, the left field, still has a little bit of daylight left as we get ready to wrap up today and we head into Thursday. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Romeo Sanabria. And that one is ball 4, so that will be the tie-breaking run on first.
Number 22.
Right fielder Braden Carpathios, a single is 1 for 3. Well, Corpus Christi still continuing to pour it on Tulsa. 7-0 already.
That's a ball.
They could win again as they did last night by that final score. Corpus Christi 10, Tulsa 1. Now that was a blowout ball game, but evidently they've had double digits for including that Sunday game against San Antonio there at Bayfront. Boy, that 11-2 ball game, that was a blowout. That 10-0, or that 10-1 yesterday was a blowout. And they got him out, and that is out number 1. Man, well, how the heck did that happen there, Johnny? I don't know, but evidently, yep, there's the out. So we can't argue about that. The second baseman was on the bag, and so far that robs anybody of getting into a scoring position matter. Now Albert Fabian, the designated hitter, is 1 for 3. Boy, the tying run again now at first. Or tie-breaking. Yeah, it'd be the tie-breaking there, Johnny. Right there, hit to second for 1, and they relay it in time, and they get them both. So that's a 1-2-3 half inning. So no runs, 2 hits, no errors, 1 left as we head now 8.5, and still a 2-2 ball game. So we're about set to go as Axel Sanchez coming in for the bottom half of the 8th inning to lead it off for Arkansas when we come back.
Well, we head to the bottom half of the 8th inning, set to go for Arkansas right now, the Travelers Baseball Network. Well, Bob, have at it. Thank you there, Johnny. Axel Sanchez coming in now, 9-1-2.
Strike one.
As that is taken in for a strike. The count now at 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. The pitch, and that is in for a cold strike, and the count now 0-2. The pitch. Right there, now to play, and that goes into the crowd, and that's foul. And the pitch, and that is outside, 1-2. Missed by a lot right there, Bob. Yeah, I gotta say, Johnny, it did. Right there, back up. Throw to first, and that's out number 1.
Now batting, second baseman, JT.
Already 9:03 here tonight, and boy, I gotta say, we started our broadcast right at 7:05, and so far, a pretty good one. That one line foul, and the count now 0-1. Midland leading Wichita 7-4, bottom of the 7th inning. 2-2 ball game here in Arkansas still, and if you're just tuning in with us, make sure that you do, because evidently this ball game could go extras if it allows to, but still it could go into the late innings. Here's the 1-2. And that's going to be right there. And in, threw down for the base hit. And Arkansas getting their first hit here in the bottom of the 8th inning.
Now batting.
Boy, I tell you one thing there, John. I mean, it could definitely come in, or right here, right now, Arkansas could get a home run and score in too. Right there, straight away to second for 1. They relay it in time, and that ends the inning. So another coupon for crispy tacos, courtesy of the San Antonio Missions. There y'all go there at Nelson Wolf Stadium. Hope y'all enjoy that there.
Now pitching.
Well, we head now to the top half of the 9th. A new arm will get going as we get set to go for the 9th inning. We'll be right back here in this one. 2-2 tie between San Antonio and Arkansas. Well, we head for the top half of the 9th for San Antonio. Right now, the Travelers Baseball Network. Thank you, Bob. Right-hander Guillermo Zuniga coming in now as we lead off the top of the 9th as Arkansas now made the pitching change. Zuniga on the mound for the Arkansas Travelers. Well, his ERA 509, strikeout 15.8, 222, over a 267 for the Arkansas reliever. Here is third baseman Rosemond Verdugo.
Ball.
Complete darkness here in Arkansas. Absolutely love how the baseball stadium lights up with the ominous glow of the stadium lights, and that is going to be right there in the count now, 2-0. Well, after tonight, 4 games remain between the two ball clubs in the meetup. 2-1 the count now here. Gotta say, hopefully I get my wish next year. What wish is that there, Johnny? Well, that San Antonio and Arkansas will have 12 games together. And hopefully make a 2027 memorable. Well, that would be pretty nice, you know, if Arkansas gets to come to San Antonio, Tulsa as well, that'd be pretty nice. I would absolutely love to see how that would turn out. So right there, that is out number 1, as that's a throw down to ground hopper.
Left fielder Kai Murphy.
Verdugo now being out number 1, and 2 outs remain for the half of the 9th inning for San Antonio. The left fielder Kai Murphy coming in. Boy, 8-4 Midland against Wichita. That is pretty good right there, Bob, but they still have to continue holding them down and not give Wichita any foothold of that ballpark. That is right there. Boy, a great stop. Underhands it in time via the footstep.
Now batting.
And that is out number 2. Man, that was a good play, but look at this. He hands it. It went up a little bit, but evidently got him out for out number 2, so that was pretty good there, Johnny. Yeah, sure was. 2-2 tie here in the top half of the 9th inning. Here is second baseman Marcos Castañon as he comes in as 1 for 3 and a single. Here's the windup and the pitch, and that one is in for the strike. But they are going to call where that was. And so far it's going to stand 1-1. Castañon is 1 for 3 of the night. And the pitch. Swing and a miss, and the count now 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes. And that's right there. Liner straight away up to center field through for a base hit.
Now batting.
Boy, and San Antonio trying to come back in this one and win it again. And trying to claim that second place position. But I tell you one thing, the Rough Riders, boy, they are 40-29 of the year. That is 5 games trailing San Antonio and Amarillo both. Corpus Christi 32-38, and if they can win it tonight in Tulsa, that'd be great. They are making a little push. But it's 7-0 Corpus Christi in the bottom half of the 5th inning.
Oh, that's a ball.
So the Rockhounds are in last place, 30-38, trailing 2.5 against Corpus Christi. Tulsa and Arkansas, they are in the foot race. That is right there, and that's going to get through, and he had trouble with it. No play.
Now batting. Center
And I don't know if that goes down as a fielding error, but that will definitely go down as a infield single. So now first and second, here's center fielder Kai Roberts.
Strike. Woo.
As that gets down, and yeah, they're going to challenge that call too. They're going to see where that was. And yep, that was right there outside for a ball. That home plate umpire wasn't paying attention now, wasn't he there, Bobby? Nope. He was not. That one is high and outside. The count now 2-0. Boy, 2 more balls and that could load up the bases.
Right there and inside, the count now at 2-1. 2 balls and 1 strike, the count by Kai Roberts. That's a high pop-up straight away. And that's going to be an infield fly roll. And with that, the side is retired. So no runs, 2 hits, no errors, 2 left on. And 3-4-5 due up for Arkansas coming up here in this one, as we head now to the bottom of the 9th for the Travelers. And we'll be right back here in this one. Hunter Fitzgerald will lead it off when we come back. Well, we head to the bottom half of the 9th inning right now on the Arkansas Travelers Baseball Network. Thank you there, Bobby. And Hunter Fitzgerald coming in now as we lead it off. 3-4-5 due up against Dyson Acosta. And he'll take that one in for a strike, and the count now at 0-1. 2-2 ball game here in the bottom of the 9th inning. And a pitch. Ground ball straight away to the shortstop. Throw down to Sanabria, and that's out number 1.
Now batting, right
2 more outs. We could have free baseball tonight. What do you think about that there, Bobby? I think that would be good there, Johnny. Lazaro Montez, the right fielder, 1-for-3 triple. So in the broadcast, I would say, who's ready for that free baseball tonight?
Strike! Woo!
And that is in for a strike, and the count now 0-1. 1-for-3 is Montez. And that is right there. Hit to Castañon. Throws it down. Sanabria gets it. And there's 2 down, so 1 more in the half inning.
baseman, number 82.
Luis Susabel coming in is 0-for-3. Strikeout, 2 groundouts, a RBI. looking in is Dyson Acosta. And the pitch high in the air. And it looks like that wish is granted. Free baseball. And we hit to the 10th inning. And so far, it is a 2-2 tie as we go to the 10th. Salas, Sanabria, and Carpathios lean it off for San Antonio when we come back. Casey Lawrence, a right-hander, is getting on the mound in extra innings when we come back. A 4.08 ERA, 351 over a 325. 17 innings have been pitched by him, and so far pretty good. Kai Roberts will be the runner at second. And so far, the batter, Ethan Salas, will start up in the top of the 10th when we get ready to go. Well, we got extra innings baseball here tonight here in North Little Rock, Arkansas. And now here's Johnny Baker to deliver us here on this one. And so far, take it away there, John. Thank you, Bob. And got to say, Ethan Salas coming in as that is down and in as 1 ball and no strikes. tie-breaking run there at second. Here's the pitch, and that one is going to be laced high in the air straight away, down and in, and that's going to be up there, and that's going to get down, and a double for Ethan Salas. Now that'll score in the runner from second. Now San Antonio leading this one 3-2.
Man, I got to say there, Johnny, that was one heck of a deal right there, and they come in and they try to get this one here in extra innings.
Romeo Sanabria coming in now as he'll lead it off.
Ball.
And that one is outside. The count now 1-0. 0 for 3, a walk. So pretty good here tonight as we get going. That one's a ground ball straight away up to third to first in time. And that will be out number 1.
Now batting, right fielder, number 22.
Well, San Antonio has a 1-run lead against Arkansas here in this half inning. Here's right fielder Braden Carpathios. Here's a windup and the pitch. That's a swing and a miss on the sweeper, and the count now 0-1. Right-hander Alex Hoppy getting ready to go. Casey Lawrence coming in this one, and that one is outside, 1-1. Another base hit could lead San Antonio to a 2.
Oh, that's foul.
And that one is foul. The count now 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Swing and a miss. They got him. And that is 2 down. Still that runner as second base still holds on.
Now batting, the designated hitter, number 4.
For the designated hitter, Albert Fabian getting ready to go. Wind up and the pitch. And that's going to be a down ball right there into the ground, up to second to first in time. And they get him. And that ends the half inning. Well, 1 run on 2 hits, no errors, and 1 left as we hit bottom of 10. San Antonio with the lead, 3-2. Well, Sousa Bell will start up in the bottom of. Will be behind batting for the Arkansas Travelers. We'll be right back.
About set to go for the bottom of the 10th right now. The Arkansas Travelers Baseball Network. Thank you there, Bobby. Sousa Bell now starting out there at second base. In now is Jared Sundstrom. He's the winning run for Arkansas. And that's going to be right there. And that's going to get down through for the base hit. And here comes the run. And we are tied again. And now the winning run now at first base. Boy, getting in, that would be huge for Arkansas in this one. Here is Sammy Sayani coming in now as that one's going to be out of play, foul, and the count now 0-1. Be a long night if we have to go extra innings here. Yeah, for sure. 0-1. And that one popped foul and still hanging on. 3-3 ball game here in the bottom half of the 10th inning. The pitch is downstairs. The count now 1-2. Midland leading 8-4 against Wichita. Bottom of the 8th inning. 3-3 here in Arkansas against San Antonio. Corpus Christi 7-0. And that one is out of here. And that's a walk-off home run. And that's the ball game, folks. And that's a 2-run homer for the Arkansas Travelers. And they claim their 42nd of the season. No wonder why they were the 2025 champions. And by golly, that was a good night tonight in Arkansas. Well, starting to come down a little brief rain shower here at the ballpark. And boy, tell you one thing, everybody got free baseball tonight, but it only goes down to 10.5 innings, so not bad for the Arkansas Travelers. But so far, a pretty good one as San Antonio and Arkansas, the first two teams done. But the win would go to Casey Lawrence. Dyson Acosta would get the loss here in this one. Glad that you joined us here today on this Military Appreciation Night Wednesday. And so far tomorrow, don't forget we have $2 everything here at the ballpark as we get ready to go here in Arkansas. Well, so far that was a pretty good night, and yeah, again, a little rain shower here at the ballpark. You can see the rain starting to fall here at the ballpark, and never thought we would get something like this tonight, but a Arkansas win brings the showers in. And so far, final score 5-3. And a 2-run shot wins it for the Travelers. And so far, San Antonio still holding that third place position as they don't win here this evening. Well, the Rockhounds lead 8-4. Boy, the top half of the ninth inning going really good, but Wichita is still trailing the ball game by 4 runs. So far, pretty good on top of that one. Corpus Christi 7-0 against Tulsa. Springfield 5-1, bottom of the 8th. Amarillo has a 5-3 advantage against the Frisco Rough Riders. I got to say, pretty good night for us here tonight. Well, anyway, we thank y'all for coming into this ball game. And so far, yes, 10 innings of baseball. And yeah, we did it. We came in and, boy, Arkansas scored in 3 in the bottom half of 10. And, boy, they sure won it, propelled to the W. And so far, that was a pretty good night for the Arkansas Travelers. Now this series tied at 1-1. And so far, pretty good. Well, the rain is falling here at the ballpark, and so far, just a
It's a light shower, so that's pretty good. So we played baseball. We've had a pretty good day today, and so far we cannot wait to do it with you here again tomorrow evening. So Thursday night baseball, close to the weekend, and so far pretty good. Let's see. 15 games left of this first half and stuff, and gotta say, it is coming quick. 15 days to do. And so far, well, 4 more against Arkansas in this homestand. And then it'll be Amarillo for 6 and Midland for another 6, but they'll close it off there at Franco Park. And so far, be pretty good. Well, anyway, the second half of the season will start in San Antonio for a 9-game homestand. 3, our last 3 with Corpus Christi, and 6 against the Frisco Rough Riders. 6 in Amarillo, 6 in San Antonio, taking on the visiting Springfield Cardinals. And then our last 6-game road trip in Frisco. And then we'll have 6 against Northwest Arkansas and in Springfield as well. And then we'll have our final 6-game homestand of the year between Midland and then 6 in Amarillo to close it off. Gotta say, 9 ball clubs in the Texas League second half, which that will be pretty good. And so far, good on that. 15 games to do, and gotta say, we have 10 out of that 6, which that would be pretty good. Arkansas and Midland being the road games, Amarillo just being the 6. But anyway, we thank y'all for coming out to tonight's ball game. It was a pretty good one here. And so far, hope you guys come back tomorrow for another edition of the Arkansas Travelers Baseball. 2-run walk-off win for the player of the game, Sammy Serrani, as he came in a 2 for 4, a 2-home run that had the 3 RBIs, which that was pretty good. He won it for Arkansas tonight. And so far, Casey Lawrence being the win on the mound for the Travelers. Dyson Acosta is the loss for San Antonio. And so far, that pretty much does it here for this evening's contest. So the series is 1-1 and pretty good on that. Well, anyway, tomorrow is $2 day, and so far, we cannot wait to see y'all tomorrow evening because it's going to be a fun day for us. Military Appreciation Day was a complete success, and so far, every Military Wednesday, it will be a great deal to serve our men and women as they serve us. Even in the broadcast, whether we're here in San Antonio or we're on the road or whatever, well, we know that serving them as they serve us, that is a great service of servitude to them and to what they've done for us. And even July 4th, as we all know, that's coming up very soon as San Antonio takes on the Sod Poodles there in San Antonio. So that right there will be pretty good. So 125 years of baseball since 1901. And so far, that's a long time for the Travelers to be playing in this ballpark. 125 seasons of Arkansas Travelers baseball from 1901 to right now, which that is pretty good. Well, Springfield leads it 7-1, and boy, Frisco and Amarillo are tied top of the 7th inning. And so far, it looks like Midland could get in and win this one against Wichita. So far, it looks like it. 3 outs to do left for the Wichita Wind Surge as they get in. And so far, pretty good right there. But yeah, beautiful sunny day today in Midland. And yes, gotta say, I absolutely miss that place a lot. And yep, they called it 8-4 final. And that is a, what was it, a first win for Midland tonight?
Well, I gotta say, I think so there, John. All right, so the Rockhounds claim their 31st, and so far now Wichita now 29-39 here in this one. Tie ball game in Amarillo between Frisco and top half of the 7th for them. Springfield 7-1 against Northwest Arkansas. And I will say, we'll see how that ball game is going there at Riverboat. Well, not Riverboat, Blue River Stadium there in Springfield, Missouri. And so far, pretty good. Look like the Springfield Cardinals down to their last 3 for the evening. And then they'll take it up to the top half of the 9th against Northwest Arkansas. So Springfield wins this one. They will tie out of danger. And so far, they'll win the 31st. And Northwest Arkansas, if they lose it, they'll go to 40 losses this year. And so far, pretty good. Corpus Christi doing really well, 8-0 in the top half of the 7th inning. That game is too early to call there in Tulsa, Oklahoma. So far, Midland has called their ball game 8-4 the final. And so far, pretty good on that. Well, for all of us here, we hope that y'all have a safe travel. Get home safe and come back tomorrow, as we want y'all to. And so far, we would love to have y'all back tomorrow. Well, for all of us here in North Little Rock, Arkansas, our final scores: Arkansas 5, San Antonio 3.